What is happening, guys? Welcome back to another reaction. We're checking out the return of i-dle with Good Thing. Sensitive content. This video may contain violent content. Goddamn, I'm so excited about this one. Girlfriend was such an awesome song, but also a really dark music video if you kind of think about it. And I do want to touch, I may have been a little bit obsessive about Tomboy, because of the various connections that I instantly decided to make to that music video, whereas I think I mentioned Revenge maybe once in that whole reaction, and it definitely feels like it could be connected a lot to it as well. Because if we really think about it, Revenge was like the genesis of them getting back at whoever hurt them. And then in Girlfriend, they are the ones who already have the experience, who know what it's like to go through abuse and fight back. And now they're doing it as if it's as easy as it is to breathe. They're evading the cops, they're killing the evil prick boyfriends and whatnot, and they're making it almost look easy, relatively speaking. So it feels like those two could be connected as far as like Revenge is, you know, the first movie, and then Girlfriend is a bit of a fun sequel that is kind of dark as well, because there's a lot of people dead in that one, and we have to escape the police because they literally came down knocking on the door. So maybe he'll end up dying anyway in whatever fantasy you want to imagine. So without further ado, just wanted to touch on that a little bit, because I feel like a lot of people voiced that opinion of it being relatively speaking a bit of a sequel to Revenge, or has connections to Revenge just in general. So I just wanted to touch on that because I do agree for the most part. So without further ado, Good Thing by i-dle. We said G to the G, we said goodbye to the G in i-dle, so it's just i-dle. Let's get into it. Oh, wait, stop hate, spread love. But I saw Soyeon's IG, so I did see that she has a very short haircut, and it's like blonde or something, if I'm not mistaken. It instantly makes me think of, whenever I see somebody cutting their hair like that, I think of two things. I think of Rujin in Wannabe, and then I think about Haircut by Extraordinary Heroes, like cutting the bat, as literally she also has like gum stuck to her hair. So it's like fucking useless fighting. Let's just cut it out, as we're cutting all of the negative and all of the bullshit and whatnot. That's cool. Oh my god. This is kind of giving 21 vibes. Oh boy. What the fuck? Yuki just whacked me on? Oh my god. Holy mo. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god. Oh boy. Damn. Oh my god. What in the train to Busan? What the f- Oh, oh my god. She gave her bitch, what the fuck's there, Yuki just now. And what? So Shuha is just chilling, looking fabulous as everybody's just fighting. That was... Oh my god. It's a good thing that she just... Oh my god. Damn. Holy shit. Holy fuck. Whoa, they really said goodbye to G. Oh my god. Stop hate, spread love. Oh my god, the contrast is amazing. You know, this honestly feels like, once again, something that only i-dle can do. I love the fact that they're basically showing you how fake celebrities and people that are trying to be good really are. How many times have you heard about this person that was supposed to be the greatest, sweetest person alive that spreads nothing but love, peace, and positivity, ends up being one of the biggest douches of all time? It's the ones that try the hardest to show you how much of a good person they are that end up being the shittiest one. If you're a good person, nobody has to prove it, especially you. And that's what i-dle is kind of like doing, as they're literally having like this white banner to represent purity, to represent the essence of their forced message. The smiles, the same short hairstyle that Soyeon puts in a really nice styling, is the same hairstyle that is later turned into fucking spikes, because she's spiky, because she's on fire, because she is not the image that she's trying to portray within the concept of the music video. The white background, the white tees, and the Lee Cooper or whatever kind of fucking jeans they're wearing to represent that late 90s vibe that emphasizes that we're so nice and we're so good, but in reality, the girls are quite literally killing each other. You have Mion pushing Yuki out of a fucking train, and then Yuki, I believe, smashed her with a fucking glass bottle. This music video and the song itself is giving such like second generation vibes. It definitely made me think a lot of 21. I love the representation of the autotune, because it's clearly not done to try to create an impression of something. We already know how good of a singer Soyeon is. This was just a distortion, because it's also kind of like distorting the reality of them not being so nice as you might think, as they're trying to sell you their image of being goody girls, and then that whole image kind of like blows up. And I'm not sure if that's supposed to be, it feels again like maybe a reference to Tomboy, but I also saw some comments that there's actually the visual of Soyeon's head being on fire in La Tata, so maybe that's a bit of a representation of that. Shua is looking like a fucking anime cosplay, to be honest. Like it's giving off like some Sailor Moon kind of vibes for some reason, I'm not sure, but I love like how much she is chilling, because she doesn't give a fuck as everyone else is fighting. And again, you have Mion, who is fighting Minnie, right? And she's wearing like this beautiful dress, white dress, to almost sell you this image that she's a goody girl, but then she's wearing a t-shirt over the top. That is, in my opinion, also a really cool representation of like, we sell an image that we're actually are not really that. You have the visuals with Shuha almost like being a narcissist with the way she's kind of like in love with herself with the bag. I'm not sure if that's an actual dog that she has an image of him or whatever, but you have the paparazzis trying to catch her and the security is fighting them. You have Mion, who's quite literally in love with herself. You have Yuki, who also seems like she's in love with her own image of being a bad villain, and it's almost like it kind of like gives me vibes of like fucking serial killers. You know, that's not necessarily that dark, but it's like trying to convey an image to the public of being like a CEO's son or something, and then in the middle of the night you're an actual killer, or like you do the most heinous shit possible. Like, I love the fact, like, the contradiction that they're also creating with the fight sequence as Yuki and Mini are fighting one another, but then there's like this very almost like corny representation of like how good we are, and you see Soyeon like smiling as if she was just born yesterday, like, and you see the way Yuki is so and uncharacteristically like looking so preciously angelic, you know, and it's like them being so wholesome. Meanwhile, they're literally fucking killing each other. Did you see that swing? That was wild. Like, that was absolutely fucking awesome. I love this freaking song. Mini just, all of the girls entering the train and just abusing everyone in it was kind of wild too. Like, they don't give a fuck, and they're trying to emphasize the point that, you know, we are nothing like the image that we try to portray. And I feel like that's a really cool commentary on i-dle not trying to be anyone but themselves. So they're not going to be forced into being like corporate i-dle, or being like collabing with something that they don't necessarily believe in, or something among those lines. And like Soyeon destroying that car that later fucking burns up, and her fucking twerking all over the screen and everything to showcase that bad girl energy, as we start the shot with like a contradiction of the girls fighting one another, Soyeon cutting the hair, and it's almost like she cut the hair and dyed it in order to do this beautiful photo of i-dle looking wholesome, promoting love and not hate. Meanwhile, she cut it because she was just tired and she just wants to wreck shit. So it's like, it's almost like when, you know, I feel like even companies like would be super mad at like an i-dle if they do something to their image, if they get a tattoo or they cut their hair, and it could be catastrophic, and like think of the image and all that kind of stuff. Like, i-dle doesn't want to think about the fucking image, you know. And I love again the goodbye baby, as the G in i-dle is now gone and it's just i-dle, so they say goodbye to the G. Like, that was so fucking cool. And you know, the fucking bottle throw with Yuki smashing Mion's head was, as they're contradicting themselves with the pure visuals of them spreading love and whatnot. Like, this was genius. And I love how much the song reminds me of like second gen. It reminds me, like, it sounds like a bit of a homage of like the groups in the vein of 21 or something like that. Like, I absolutely freaking love it. Like, this music video was absolutely fucking spectacular, and such a beautiful commentary on the contradiction. And like, everybody on one hand, also it's kind of funny because it's like you're being forced sometimes to be a certain way. You're being forced to apologize for everything that you did that wasn't in line with what fans may think. But then the second you try to please them, you're being seen as fake because it's not sincere. Like, there's always going to be a contradiction somewhere in there, because people want too much and they don't even know what the fuck do they want at the same time. So they want you to apologize for something that you didn't even think that was worthy of an apology, but you do it just to please them, and then they will be displeased because the apology wasn't sincere. Like, there's always layers to this, and there's always levels to this stupid shit. And at the end of the day, i-dle was like, fuck it, We're just gonna do us. We don't give a shit. So we're gonna let ourselves burn and blow up, because at the end of the day, I never die. Like, wasn't that one of the songs, if I'm not mistaken? So that's also kind of a cool little thing that I just thought about, but I'm not sure if that's, but it's more so like their maybe like their image that has been blown up, because obviously there's no one in the car or anything. Like that's the vibe. That's kind of like the feeling that I get. This was an amazing fucking music video. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, make sure to, as always, like this post, subscribe to the channel if you're new, check out the rest of my i-dle reactions, and I'll catch you all in the next one. And yes, the album reaction is coming. See ya.